Shifting gears, though, the future of self-driving vehicles appears to be full speed ahead at UPS, because the shipping giant has revealed that self-driving trucks have been hauling cargo between Phoenix and Tucson, Arizona, and no one knew about it. Trucks owned by the company Too Simple have been quietly driving themselves along the 115-mile route since May. Here's a look inside the cab of one of those vehicles. At this point, UPS still has an engineer and a safety driver assigned to each truck. In addition, UPS and its venture capital arm have made a minority investment in Too Simple, the company behind that self-driving tech. But guys, just very interesting to see that no one really knew about this until they revealed that this is in fact going on to Gizmodo, who wrote up a nice report on what UPS is doing here.
Yeah, well, I think the bottom line here is that this could be a huge cost saver. It's the autonomous vehicles and just autonomous driving and not actually needing these people in the driver's seat is really serving as the foundation for a lot of business models for some of these up and coming companies. I mean, look at Lyft, look at Uber. Basically, their future performance is going to depend on this kind of technology getting rolled out. So this is a really good sign for any company that's really in this industry.
Especially Uber Freight. I mean, we talk about what Uber's trying to do. People think about the ride-sharing space kind of being just us taking cars around, but when you think about companies paying for not just something that's, we could argue, safer, but also something where you don't need to pay a driver, you don't need to worry about a driver stopping over, taking a nap, sleeping up, resting up. Along that journey, you could just have a self-driving truck.
It scares me. And I know why they did it. They're very smart by not telling people, because everyone would have been nervous about it. But putting someone in the car and just allowing it to prove itself is smart. But, you know, what scares me is when you start talking about, you know, the middle class, the lower middle class, the truckers out there who have made a career out of trucking. You know, that's a job that, you know, whether you're a former inmate or you're someone who struggled and went through some things, that's a profession that is at the core of America, driving these trucks. And so, you know, that's going to change. And a lot of things have changed, you know, whether it's taxi cabs and Uber and everything else. But, you know, we still got to understand that our workforce is not trained right now in this country. I don't think we've let our educational system, with all the political back and forth, has not kept up with the training that's going to be required to take on these new technologies.
Good point.
And so, you know, it scares me when you look at the workforce in the future of America.
Especially when you think about the size of the trucking industry overall, too. I mean, that's not a small industry at all. My dad was an old truck driver, too. I mean, this is something that a lot of people rely on. That's a job they need, and if you do go that way, I think it might be much more impactful than just replacing taxi drivers. But we'll leave that there for now.